Yvonne, and I'm coming to you guys today to do a 360 frontal review and show and tell for you guys, and also like a like Q&A or the truth about frontal all in one video, like meshed together. So this hair is from FaceBeauty. If you guys don't know, FaceBeauty used to be Queen Beauty. I did a couple reviews for them, and it's the same company. They just changed their name. They sent me a 360 frontal, and also they sent me 3 bundles of their Brazilian straight hair. I installed this hair on a Dream wig cap, and if you guys saw in the part 1, I showed you guys how I tweezed and stuff the frontal, and also how I made the wig. So that's all in part 1, so make sure you guys check that video out if you didn't already. Okay, so after that was done, this is just the final look. I just flat ironed it, and that was it. That's all I did. So yeah, so let me tell you how I feel about the hair now. So pretty much I have no issues with this hair. Again, this is one of my favorite AliExpress hair companies. I never really have any major issues with their hair, so that's always a plus for me. So all I can tell you guys is this hair is still pretty amazing and awesome. I never really have any tangling, shedding, and nothing like major with this hair ever. So I'm not even going to get on that, because this is probably one of my favorite hair companies and been one of my favorite hair companies throughout the years. So I'm just going to pretty much talk about the 360 frontal, because again, there's no issue with the bundle hair at all. So yeah, first issue I have with the 360 frontal is the lace. I told you guys before that 5 to 7 minutes is like my perfect time to get a perfect frontal. But however, sometimes different lace can give you different issues. So sometimes you might do 5 to 7 minutes on a lace and it doesn't change color like you would like it. So you have to go back and bleach it again for a couple minutes. I definitely changed my mind with the 5 to 7 minutes thing. I think you should leave maybe your bleach on for at least about 9 to 10 minutes just to get the perfect color. Just because sometimes certain laces takes a little longer to bleach than others. So I definitely suggest maybe leaving it on for about probably 8 to 9 minutes just to get your perfect lace and it to be bleached to perfection. So that was like an issue I had with this lace. Like, it wasn't bleaching perfectly when I left it on for 5 to 7 minutes, so I had to go back and bleach it. So altogether it probably was bleached for like 10 minutes. The second issue I have with my 360 frontal is that the fact that it's so flappy. I saw a video of Ivy. If you guys don't know Ivy, she's amazing. She had a 360 frontal, and her frontal had like a little thing in the back of it that you could tighten it. Like, you know how some, like, you get a synthetic wig and you can kind of move, it's like a thing in the back to tighten the cap. That's how her frontal was. It was a thing in the back that you can tighten the frontal to make it fitted. My frontal did not have that. My frontal was just literally like cloth and hair just sewn together, and that was it. That's why I can't really wear it in a top bun, or if I did, or like a ponytail if I did, I would have to leave hair out, because I have this flappy flap that's kind of right here. So that was a bummer that I noticed with this hair. The fact that it was the frontal just seemed like it was so big, and I wish they would have sent me a frontal that had a little tightener, because I could have tightened the frontal on top of tightening the cap that I used to make it a better fit. Another issue is that the frontal, like 360 frontal, because they have to sew like pieces of cloth together to make it a 360 circle, it just, when you cut it, it fits kind of weird, because some like the sides, like this size right here is where they kind of put the cloth together to make it a 360 frontal. It fits, like, it's so thick and it's kind of flappy and weird, so when you cut it, it's either you're going to cut too much or you're not going to cut enough, and it makes it hard for it to really fit your head perfectly. So altogether, my review on a 360 frontal is, I like the concept, but I just don't like it personally, because this one personally, just because I couldn't tighten it, it was just too big and how it was constructed. I definitely suggest that this company get the frontal that you can kind of tighten, just so it can fit better on people's heads, so they won't have a big kind of flappy frontal and they have to figure out how to tighten it and make it work. That's my biggest issue with this frontal, is that it was just too big, and it was just constructed really kind of weird. And I'm gonna give them some slack, because I know 360's frontal is pretty new. It's something that people just started hopping on, so they probably just hurried up and made one. But that's one thing I just didn't like about it, is that I felt like it was just too big and too flappy and just too crazy. So those are my only cons. As far as the frontal hair, it is pretty flawless to me. I haven't had any issues with the hair and so forth and so forth, but that was just my biggest thing, was just the construction of the frontal. So if you guys want to check out their frontal, definitely check out their site. I will leave it below. All their details and all the stuff about this wig will be in the description box as well. Make sure you guys check out part 1 of this video where you guys saw me constructing the frontal. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.